Welcome to the Abroad Vlog Part 5. I get to do another sit-down video, yay! And we start off with sorry. We start off with I'm going to pick this for the rest of the trip. If you've been keeping up with my posts, you know that we were treated quite rudely at a convenience store the other day buying groceries. Took it kind of personally, was a little offended, so now we're out and about in shops. I think I'm just going to pull this out, you know, please, thank you. Nothing too hard, but I watch a lot of BBC. I have got this down pretty well, so there's that. I'll continue the rest of the video like this, because whatever, I mean, it's not hard, I can just switch back and forth, it doesn't matter either way. So I've been here for about, oh crap, days are blurring really bad. It's Thursday, know that, it's our day off. We don't have any class today, which is nice, because our Wednesdays are very hectic. Day one is very interesting. I didn't think jet lag would affect me for some reason, because I thought I could sleep anywhere. I was so wrong. So, if you don't know, going from the US to London is about a 7-hour flight. Ours was like 7 hours and 15 minutes or something. That's a long flight. We got dinner, we had screens like on the back of someone else's chair. We got to watch movies, TV shows, music, games. They had everything. It was really nice. We flew Virgin Atlantic. Very good. I liked it. We got dinner served to us and breakfast in the morning. It was good, yeah. So 7-hour flight, and basically when we took off it was midnight in London. So if I had slept for the whole flight, it would have felt like I went to bed at midnight, I woke up at 7:30, and everything was good to go. You don't sleep on flights. You can't. It's very hard to get comfortable. Your neck cramps up, very painful. I wound up sleeping for about an hour, maybe. So at this time I'm working on about an hour of sleep, and if you know me, I'm not the most fun person to be around when I have had little to no sleep. I'm either very tired and mute, or I'm very cranky, or I'm like delirious. Luckily when we got, you know, to customs and stuff, I was still like hopped up on adrenaline because we had just landed, so it was still quite pleasant. It's very good. So we got off the plane at 7:30 in the morning, got on the plane at 7:30 at night, so that threw me off. So basically we all lost 5 hours, which is why we were all so tired. So we do that, we get to the flat around maybe 9 or something, and then we have the rest of the day until 2 p.m. to unpack, and we were told not to nap. We all napped, except for I think one person did not nap the entire day. So yeah, willpower. I took about a half-hour nap, like when we got there, then I took another half-hour nap, totally skipped lunch, oops. And then at 2, we had a tour of London, a bus tour of London, so we were all drowsy. But the tour guide was really nice. She understood that we'd just gotten off the plane that day, and so what she did was she would stop the bus, and we would get off and walk around and do pictures, so that kept us moving and awake between the long bus rides, which was about 10 minutes, but it's enough for us to like doze off. So I stayed awake for most of the tour. It was about a 4-hour tour. I was awake for a very good portion of it, maybe 3.5 hours, and then I just could not stay awake anymore. It was really bad. I fell asleep. Felt bad. Oops. So, but it was very nice. It was a very good tour of London. Just you saw some of the quick pictures, I think, of what we saw. Like we went to Buckingham Palace, Big Ben, and just so many things like that. So after that, we went to dinner at this little like hole-in-the-wall French place. It was really good. I don't remember what it's called. I was really tired, so I just kind of ignored it and was like, oh, like food. I haven't had that in 12 hours or something. I don't know. So, and this was all paid for by the school. And so Hoyer said, well, why don't I treat you all to your first, glass of wine or beer? And so we were all like, yeah, we're not paying. So I have had no sleep. First of all, no sleep. Second of all, I've had no food in 12 hours. What do you think one glass of wine did to me? I was so tired. Oh my god, I barely made it. I didn't make it through dinner, actually, because between the dinner and the dessert course, I didn't order dessert, so it was actually okay. The conversation with the guys around me kind of lulled, and I fell asleep twice. Oh, I feel like a total idiot, but I was so tired, I couldn't do it, and I had had about a glass and a half of wine at this point, and I was so done, I was so tired, and so we're there for, a good hour and a half, I think, which was good. It gave me time to, like, eat food and feel better, and that did make me feel a lot better, which is great. So, here's the fun part of the first day. This was the most hysterical thing, and it keeps being brought up throughout the weeks. So, we are leaving the French restaurant. Our coach bus has left us, which is fine. We need to learn how to take the tube. So we have two professors over there with us and our tour guide. Our tour guide left us at this point, but that's fine. She ate dinner with us and then she went home. So we have two professors with us, and I'm walking up front with one of our professors, and he kind of like runs everywhere, but we were having a conversation and I was catching up with him, so we were up in the front, kind of half the group. I'm with about maybe 9 people, 9 of 17, and everybody else is with our other professor who works kind of slow, so the groups are like spaced out. So we get to the tube, and our professor says, we'll just go down there and look for Waterloo Station. And we go, oh, okay. Now, at this point, I have taken the back of the line because I don't know what's going on. I'm just following everyone else. So I'm now in the back. We go down to the station, we get to the tube that says Waterloo. We're like, alright, we're fine, cool, awesome, good. So we're like, oh, but should we wait for the rest of the group because they're not here yet? And we go, nah, you know what, we'll just meet them, in the flat, or we'll just meet them at Waterloo Station, whatever. I think we wound up meeting them outside of Waterloo Station, which is huge, by the way, but that's not important. So the guys in front of me get on, and my roommate gets on the tube, and as soon as I go to like stick my hand through the door to like get through, I hear this dinging noise, and the doors literally close in my face. Usually you can like pull them open, or there's a sensor that says, hey, there's a person in the way, don't kill them. Not on these. So I like stepped back, and I like everyone on the tube turns around and goes, oh no, and they just see me on the other side of the glass going, and they proceed to zoom down the track and leave. And the last thing I remember is one guy has his hand on the glass and he's like, I'm sorry. It was so funny. It was hilarious. So I'm standing there like, and luckily from my side I hear, Katie, your face is priceless. If we had our camera, oh my god, it'd be so perfect. And I turn around and I see the rest of my group, and I was like, oh, everything could be funny now, that's hysterical. So then we waited for the tube together, and we caught up with everybody else, and it was so, like, I had to explain, oh my god, it was hilarious. It was so funny. So that was my first day in London. Was almost getting lost on the tube. Classes are nice. We have one on Tuesday, which is 3 hours. So it's like 8, no, it's 9 to 12. And then we have the rest of that day off. And then we have class Wednesday, like, for 8 hours. Basically what happens is we get up at 6:30, shower, eat, we leave with our flat to go to class. Across the way, we go to Russell Square. Well, it's not in Russell Square, it's next to Russell Square, and it's about a 10-minute bus ride, not bad at all, really nice actually. We get over there around 8:10, 8:20, class starts at 8:45, that's a 3-hour class, we get out at 11:45, and then the class splits up into halves, so I'm in the second half, so I get lunch first. So we can go out for about an hour. Yesterday we went to a really nice pub, did that, and then we go back for about an hour and a half class. But since it was our first day, our theater teacher didn't have a lot to do with us, just kind of like the syllabus and stuff, so we wound up getting out of class like an hour early, and the other half of the class wasn't back yet from lunch, so that resulted in nap time, because we're all still exhausted and tired and just still getting over jet lag mostly. I think I have a picture of that for you, if not the video, which is hilarious. So that was really fun, do that with those guys, and then after that we have another 3-hour class. We're literally in class for like 9 hours, so after that you'd think, hey, well, you get to go back to your flat, you get to eat dinner, you don't have class on Thursday, you guys can go out. Not quite the way not quite what happened. So this Wednesday we actually had to go to the Crucible, which is a play that was playing at the Old Vic. Very beautiful theater, very nice. The production was amazing. It was about 3.5 hours long. So after being in class for about 8 hours, coming home real quick, just getting a quick dinner, taking a real quick nap because I knew I wasn't going to make it through the play if I didn't. We then had a 3.5-hour play. We got there at 7:15, let out around 11, so we were all kind of tired and like just totally dead. So we wound up just coming home and basically going to sleep. And then we have mostly field trips on Thursdays. Of course this first week we don't have one. So yeah, it's been interesting so far. Here we are. This is my lovely room. It's very tiny. I'm okay with that. Stay tuned. I still don't know how to end these.